Hello, viewers, welcome. A little of my life schedule. I went to the house of Chief Justice Sir and gave a note pleading that I have been termed as a petitioner, not an applicant, not a complainant. Without filling the form or required these things, just my email has been accepted as that, and that the Chief Secretary is now bound to answer me through email or maybe through VC, whatever, but formally regarding the fact that whether KMC board is constitutional or unconstitutional, and whether any action has been taken or not, that is not may not be on the news, and the alleging that he is not proper in his works, he is not dutiful, he is not loyal, he is not honest, he is not proper, he is not official, on the ground that he has not replied to, rather discarded and henceforth dishonored. Honorable Governor Sir, his concern and his weep of such disregard to corpse in the Behala issue, which has been raised by Shujanda, MP Sujan Chakraborty of CPM. But it is not the matter who raised the issue. It is the matter that the constitution has been violated and there has been inhuman attitude and aptitude of the government employees to the death and the dates. And there is no investigation that why these were acid burnt and things like that. Therefore, sir, we Indians are country lovers. Bad implemented of power post designation of such a high stature of the statute of Indian Administrative Service as Chief Secretary. Moreover, an incomplete order, if passed, is a punishable offense, an offense of negligence to the highest degree of punishment rather awarded as a reward for such insincerity and unconcernedness in cognizable state by Chief Secretary himself, whether he was fit in physically or sound mentally or very vexed, that is not an issue. His secretariats, that is his associates, subordinates, they are also to be punished, because how could they put up such an issue to him? And when he is signing an order, he has to see that at least the emblem is there of Indian government. But that is not so. Despite of further prompting, and being it on the internet, nobody is concerned as to why the emblem was not there and why the seal and was not there, whether it is valid or whether it is invalid. I paid my taxi fare to go down to Quest Mall to get some healing, but I could not avail the Thai ability. I was not let in. Not only that was insult to me, and I can have protested against this in the human rights, but also I had to lose money, face, and time, and the hope that I'll be getting the illness. That also made me mentally more burdened. Who is going to pay for this? Who is concerned for this? Not only me, thousands of citizens are like this, cannot avail the facility. Certain items are sold inside the mall. Service centers are inside a mall. If you purchase something for the mall, you cannot get in because you are not wearing a mask. What is the reason behind wearing the mask, sir? Come to doctoral sciences. You breathe in oxygen, breathe out carbon dioxide. That's the true rule. But actually, that doesn't happen. In atmosphere, there's a mixture of gases we inhale. It contains oxygen, it contains carbon monoxide, it contains a mixture of nitrogen and other gases which may or may not be of use, or rather bad to the system. Carbon monoxide leads to choking. Carbon dioxide comes to no use. Certain helium and other gases creates irritation in the nervous system. Certain gases which serves as perfumes may hypnotize or become making this anesthesia comes be makes senseless when breathed. So there are things like that. Unconsciousness, temporary. So gases have effect on the body, not only on the lungs but on the body also. First, it gets into the lungs, the diaphragm. There's a segregation. The dust particles are first absorbed in the nose hairs, nasal hairs, nasal lung, nasal hairs, and dust accumulation gives the what we call it some particles. This thing sorts out. Naker punta boli. At the time of shodhi, mani coldness, some fluids flow in from the nasal this thing, and that's very irritating. So that's the issue. Now, when you take in the oxygen and the air, comes to the gradually to the diaphragm, got separated, and then other gases are separated from oxygen. That's a very typical procedure, and from that it is inhaled. Oxygen is then absorbed by the blood, and this blood is then pumped in and goes on. Now, in the blood, it is the red blood cells or RBCs that carries most of the oxygen as nutrient to the whole body. In this course, if carbon dioxide enters the body, or rather other non-productive gases and other bad gases like carbon monoxide, etc., then there are chemical reactions which harms the body. That is why in coal mines people wear masks, because their particular gases are there, that methane, yes, methane, and this thing that harms the body system, harms the body to the highest level. So not only lack of oxygen but other inputs are also harmful. If you take more oxygen, more carbon dioxide than to be present normally, that creates a trouble in the body. In the mountaineering, when you go to reach the top, the density of the air falls down, and specifically the oxygen, and you have to breathe in more of air and grasp in more of air to provide proper circulation to the body, proper input to the blood cells. That creates a trouble, and that's why you keep oxygen. Now, when you keep oxygen and we wear a mask, that oxygen comes in and carbon dioxide, rather wasted gas comes out. But there's a nozzle that supports continuous supply, and that oxygen there is in force and almost totally pure, almost totally pure. If required, I mean, some kind of nitrogen has to be there to make it a little inert. Otherwise, may have some combustive effect, but not so if compared to hydrogen, but other gases. But it may have some combustive effect. So nitrogen is little a bit allowed inside. Impurity is a little bit allowed inside, because only oxygen has very the typical stringent effect on the softer nerves, and that it burns part of them as a result of erosion bypassing that. So only pure, totally pure oxygen is very powerful, and it's very to be given in a very little dose, so that inside is not affected. And for that purpose, it is to be, but it is not proper that we breathe in a particular amount of air. For that we may feel very gasping and uneasy. That is why a little mixture of impurity is needed and rather given, as far as I know, in the oxygen cylinder, but that to be balanced very well. So it is true that there is a segregation of H2O into H2 and O2, and the H2 goes to the hydrogen cylinder, and the O2 this cylinder, hydrogen with other gases goes to for the welding and other purpose and things like that. But it's oxygen, not only the oxygen, it's a little bit of impurity also comes in, that also because of the chemical procedure and the catalyst being present there, a little impurity it is also important, because if there is a hot or a corrosion, then only oxygen it could burst more. I know hydrogen has a more combustible effect than index than oxygen, but it is given for this reason to the body. When it comes to the getting a mask, the mixture of oxygen is such that it should make a little inert. It should not have a corroding effect on the sensitive tissues and nerves. That's why but the problem is that but the matter, sorry, the matter concern is that the waste gases or the bad gases as helium or lithium or this methane or carbon monoxide, specifically carbon monoxide, it creates a problem in the of conjugation of blood cells. So that's why these things are should not be getting, specifically carbon dioxide, because it is the output. If you get in the output input as the input then it's very harmful, because carbon dioxide has no power to be absorbed, and if absorbed it's not good. So therefore when you are breathing out, you should not breathe that in. That is the rule I have to mention. If that is why nowadays nozzles are piped in the noses, so that you breathe in naturally, and in the natural flow the carbon dioxide flows out and mixes in the air. But when you're breathing it, more oxygen comes in, because of your body being inability, or rather requiring more concentration on powerful and pureness of the oxygen. But at sometimes there are masks done. This mask is done and the nozzle is done. There's a difference in this biological science as far as I know. The nozzles are given to see that it is supportive. It is, if it is for a it is assured that you have a proper flow. Sometimes the nozzle may open up or may slide also, but that is quite difficult, difficult. For that purpose, it is a quite a temporary type of support, but that the nozzle creates over here the touching effect, hardness. There's a erosion over here if it keeps on for a long. So therefore masks are given, and masks are given also in cases of vitalness, that there should be no intake inside the body other than oxygen itself, as because this is a very vital and crucial moment. In case of ordinary movement, rather crucial, less crucial movement, nozzles are given. But when the matter becomes grave or concerning, or a mask is a must. That oxygen mask, when given in, it takes in the sucks in the oxygen, and rather mixture of oxygen, etc., and gives out the carbon dioxide. Now, when this carbon dioxide there's a nozzle which brings it out, and the another to pass in the oxygen. This circulation of air ensures that carbon dioxide is not stagnant, and that a little force is applied from the oxygen cylinder to let the pressure get in, of the oxygen to get in. This ensures that the breathe out, this thing goes past through. Another reason of mask is that when you breathe out from the mouth, or breathe in from the mouth, it ensures that only oxygen is entered, and the carbon dioxide therefore has a pressure to and hence a flow, and it goes out. So when you are wearing a mask with nose closed, it happens that it has to happen that when you're breathing out, the proper air is not going out and mixing in the atmosphere. That there is a hurdle over here, and there is a winding of the air. Air never travels in straight motion. It travels in waves, and specifically it has a curly effect, just like the waves of the water. That is why air waves are called. Well, sound waves are also like that. It's a wavy pattern, and lights are called rays because it travels in straightforward lines, as a formula of linear function. Therefore, when you have an obstacle, the flowed out of carbon dioxide cannot pass through, and it is very difficult for it to pass through the mask, this thing, cloth, because the cloth is strongly densely woven. Sorry, the cloth is densely woven and fitted tightly. It doesn't have the force to go up like that. So what happens, little bit goes out, and as a result of passing that time, and when you're sucking in the oxygen, it is the same thing as it remains over here, goes in, and also from the outside a little bit of oxygen comes, but more than carbon dioxide and wastage gas comes in. This creates a less supply of oxygen in the lungs. Therefore, the lungs do not operate not only operate in full function, but rather operate in it a very in a very difficult and you see prohibited manner as that of normal. As a result of carbon dioxide also remains, starts getting more than that should come in of the oxygen. That is my explanation. And since because of this, the blood cells now absorb less oxygen, and rather maybe some other bad elements more than that, but lesser oxygen than as required. As a result, the body gets prone to fatigue needs. There may not be anemia, sorry, anemia. I mean, anemia is a hotel. Anemia. I don't know, but lesser or more than the amount of oxygen needed is less. And that when this, I have seen that police personnel are the most to be wearing mask as per rule. But one must understand that police is always working on the road and always very physically working. I mean, those of the traffic are very physically active and involved. And as a result of which they need more oxygen. But when this oxygen is barred, you can understand what happens. So what happens is that they get improper balance of oxygen in the red blood cells than as should be. As a result of that, their body gets malfunction, may malfunction. Okay, there may be some problem of blood balance also in further course of time. Now, this was learned by me when the traffic people were masked to wear mask, and the mask had holes. Now, the question arises of that time in the blogs was that in the internet was that if you have the hole, then you are letting in the outer atmospheric this thing inside you. So, what's the reason of wearing mask? Dusts are done, but in Calcutta and things, cities like that, and rather in rurals also, no, that much dust is not there. The point is that carbon dioxide and other unburnt carbon, that is the carbon monoxide uh, from the petrol, rather the diesel, in which there is more because diesel is rather less refined than petrol. In that is being absorbed in the body, and that creates problem. Now the point was that it was not the carbon dioxide or the carbon monoxide. Carbon dioxide already rejected. Carbon monoxide is also not that much rejected. It's already comes in maybe in coagulation of the blood with the blood. But the problem is that this left out exhaustic this thing of the fuel burning, fossil fuel. Now fossil fuel cannot be eradicated because running transport on fossil fuel has to be there because otherwise there has to be electricity. But running transport on nuclear electricity is not possible. This is because in case of any accident or whatever, it falls down or the car gets smashed or there's the this what this thing spills out from the nuclear bar of iridium, radium or iridium. I forgot IR. I think so that happens that the nuclear reaction goes uncontrollable, and in that case, even if it is settled and the car moves on, the nuclear energy stays there almost till the lifelong, and because nuclear energy has a very rejuvenating effect, and that is why it stays there, goes on. But therefore, when you pass through, you don't know. So that was the problem in Hiroshima, Nagasaki. That after the bomb blast over there, after many years, after I mean months later, rather, and one pigeon, I mean bird, something like that, went to that area by just like this, flying, and when came out, had nuclear radiant, and it died of that. And you should know one thing very well that Dr. Abdul Kalam, president and nuclear scientist, very well known and very uh, respected and learned, and etc. So he was a son of fishermen, and acumen for his study and etc. has made him to this intelligence and knowledge etc. To this height, and then the uh, politics behind it to make him the president. He was the first president. He is still the first president who has been in supersonic sounds, supersonic airplanes, um, as a just to experience it. Anyway, so Dr. Kalam, when performing the test of nuclear energy in maybe the Pokhran or that area, as to see that the actual this thing is there. Now, nuclear bombs has to be tested because its effect are, although mathematically, is to be seen that it is in practically happening or not. Now, it is learned that USA, and I know about USA, I don't know others. So USA has been performing many tests to see, well, this is the deviation from the actual, okay, let's develop this again, make a test, and let's develop it, rectify it, again make a test. There have been series of this. These nuclear testings are very. I'm sorry, I little diverted, but these nuclear tests were very controlled. This is called controlled destructive this thing, and in a very deserted area, most probably in the seas. But there are also problem of that fish and this thing area getting affected. That is why boundary had been made so that nothing comes in. Like water also no scar comes in. All these things like that. Islands were taken. That's referred to, and burning was done below the earth, submerged inside, and things were like that. But we should be what we don't know, but we should be knowing, and we should be very proud to know that this nuclear testing in India has been the fewest in number and highest in result. That I mean to say that there has been ban on international ban that India should not perform the nuclear test, so that India does not get the power to cope up with the nuclear power. This thing that G7 or whatever I forgot, and national security what do you call it? United Nations, Security Council. Security Council that India went to be wanted to be a member, but it was that sadly said that China mostly opposed it to be a permanent member, and the other also a temporary member. But I think it is a temporary member now. I'm not sure. So that is the fear that first world, that is Security Council members of the nuclear countries have. Now there was a problem with India, if that too much adherence to Mahatma Gandhi's role. I said before that Jawaharlal Nehru established a nuclear science and nuclear research, this thing, but never went for making nuclear energy as a war weapon. This is because he said, no, we are not in destruction. But it is not a matter of destruction, it's a matter of power holding, because that's what is needed in real life, and that's a separate issue. But Mrs. Indira Gandhi said no. India has to stand on its own feet, and therefore it has to have this power. It has to have the power not only to cope with Pakistan and this thing and that thing. It has to be a powerful nation in the world itself, not only economically, not only socially, not only politically, but only in the terms of defense also. So she changed the this director of the head over there, who was a very follower of the Nehru principle, and he just went beyond his father's theorem, and changed him, and recruited a new person, and they were totally engaged in bomb creation and other nuclear energy. Things were started for putting into good use, but at that point of time, it was required for rather bad use more than that. Now, what happened? Mrs. Gandhi came to the this thing, and there was an agreement with the USA or whatever, and that this particular iridium or whatever I forgot, uranium came in as a part of the some byproduct also, and bombs were made, and things were done. But later on, there was a bar on that this is not proper things, but bomb was created. Now there is a combustion to see the this thing, and in like that, in times of Mohammed Abdul Kalam, Abdul Kalam sir, there was a testing also. Now this had to be granted, or rather approved by the foreign authority, foreign Ministry of External Affairs. I mean, they have also been consulted. There are many problems in that. The Prime Minister has to himself involved in it, because this is a very international issue, and that it is said that it is true that where these testings are done, that place is not only unusable and uninhabitable, but that is a very danger place, because anything passing through like that creates a, as I said, in case of the pigeon or bird over there in Japan. So that is why tests were done very seriously. But one should be very proud of the fact that our scientists have been so great in quality, that India performed the least and the least and least number of tests. Oof, this is disturbing. In least number of tests, and that it had been rectifying the most out of that. Suppose there needs to be a particular rectification. Okay, a particular rectification. Now first the bomb is burst, and this scene, and then a little adjustment made, and another is burst, another is burst, another is burst. Like that we reached. That is the principle followed by US. But in India, they did the whole thing in one shot, and the next this thing bombing it. I mean testing. Hold on, sorry. Instead of three steps, they solved in one step. That is a very proud of factor of for our scientists that they are having so realistic and so knowledgeable, but it is not advertised in the world media that in so much little tests they have done so great. So this was the our brain power, our knowledge power, our experience, intelligence power over there. So in the Pokhran testing and things like that, I forgot a name. It was in these are always done in Rajasthan, the deserts. Okay, because there is no need of this thing, rehabilitation and things like that. So over there, in a test, mud was dug in, I mean, sand was dug in, it was embedded inside and sand was covered. And this could have been taken by the satellite picture of foreign countries, USA or whatever, and it could have been stopped. So, very in the night and things like that, very intelligently done. So, the point, there is a time, this thing that it has the combustion has to be done properly. So, there should be a mixture that starts the combustion and a huge explosion, and then a cloud of darkness that is cloud of dust or whatever we call. That is the most difficult part for survival at that point of time. And then afterwards, the nuclear energy falls. In the combustion, hydrogen first comes in, and later the nuclear energy. So because if the in the reaction of nuclear energy you cannot see it, but in a bomb has to burst, right? Because it will fall, it will burst then itself. This triggering is done by liquid nitrogen and maybe hydrogen also. Picture I don't know, we cannot get to it in the text because this is a very secret matter of the this thing. So suddenly a lamp from somewhere came running in the protected area of the um, testing, and this was seen in the camera, and everybody was thinking that what could you do, we have to press the button and it has to pass and then the lamp will be killed. So and it was very less time and the lamp was running. Somehow it came out, we don't know. It was running to pass through. So how can be the chip be communicated and things like that. And that time Kalam Saab was there. Saw the camera and stop, and everything stopped. And just then the wireless was contacted. I don't know the truth, I came it in the internet. And the wireless were contacted. Stop, everything stopped, everything stopped. So what happened? There is a lamp, and the safety alarm was rang, and the personnel, the army or whatever, called in to take the lamp and take it inside their custody in the hands like that. And then a signal was given. Then final preparation redone, and the power button pressed, and after 10 seconds it burst, and the readings had been taken and everything went up. So Dr. Kalam was so sensitive to life that even in case there was a slippery an accident of a goat or a sheep or whatever like that in the desert, he stopped everything, said no. So you can understand the balance of scientists developing, destroying, life destructing, and devastating weapons. The cause is so specific and so properly laid out, and it is like a picturized that I revise this only when I need. When I do not need, I do not do this. And that no innocent should be falling in the prey of my destruction. I destroy this to as an inevitable course to stop enemies for the purpose of the good. That's what I said as the martial arts. For the purpose of the good, not for the purpose of bad. Anybody who is innocent, who maybe not be knowing itself in the combustion, that sheep or a goat or whatever is to die itself by the heat. Or maybe after the thing he'll be killed. We kill goats and sheep like that for eating purpose. But for tasting purpose, he never allowed it to come in. He stopped everything and said, no, this is a nuisance, move him. Then I'll see how destructive my weapon come in. And it happens to be a successful test and things like that. So you can see the balance And the objective destruction was so what? So many will be killed one day or other. Later on, thinking, why should I stop? No, everything was stopped. And there was a bit superstition also that this time should be better and this time should be better. Now one should understand the timing. You see, when the bomb blasts, that at just at the point of pressing the button and within the 10 seconds, the reading has to start. And when there's a combustion, that is the force being implied, so that the combustion happens, from that time also in the reading has to be taken, and the combustive effect, the sound effect, the polluting effect, and the up throw, that is how much up will the combustion go, and the heat therefore generated, radiation and the light and the persistent of the time, and the core getting I mean, and the outside getting diminished to a core, and the core then diminishing itself, and the cloud and the dense of the cloud, the radiating energy of the clouds, everything has to be measured, every minute details, that is very 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 required. And this analysis, it goes on for years, for months, so obviously maybe for years to get the proper idea. It is not studied in a click of time. Now stopping this testing in the midway means stopping all the process in the midway. This means that everybody's mindset was totally involved in it, now suddenly cause to stop, and they get a distracted mindset, and their whole attention gets distracted. And it might lead that when the thing started, they may not be so much mentally prepared to see which whether the readings are not, and whether the which apparatus to follow, and whether that is going on, because they are suddenly out of the track. So this could have been a very bad effect on the testing recording purpose of the test. And that these tests cannot be performed now and then. And as I said, the prime minister himself has to agree on that. Not only for in Ministry of Foreign Affairs and etc. Prime Minister has to himself agree on that, and that maybe that there could other foreign consulates have to be warned and dealt with before doing the test. Okay, so the concentration of the whole work group was stopped by Dr. Kalam on the ground that no innocent should die, be it a man or be it not the man. So he was so human, so soft to life, to suffering, despite he was preparing and this thing concentrated and involved in preparing a war, devastating, destroying war itself, war weapon itself. So this was the approach. I mean, maybe this is also now, I don't know. So this was the approach of the previous generation. I don't know how it had been taken by the this generation, but this all was so. So he took this thing challenge. Then no, you have to acquire your concentration and have to do work, but no innocent can die. This is the theory of administration. An example I put forward in nuclear thing, but in case of law also, no innocent can be punished. That is why benefit of doubt is given. It is seen that it is to be seen that it is not justice is to be done. It is to be seen that justice is done. And if there is any benefit of doubt, that is there is not a doubt that it seems that a judge cannot confer upon, infer upon, decide upon, or judge upon that yes, he is the this thing guilty, or he had done it manifestly or conveniently. Then what happens? He or she is allowed to treat him as innocent, but that is a very 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 rare case. A good example was that in Switzerland, there was this thing case. No, sorry, not Switzerland. It was Greenland. Yeah, Greenland. Greenland. There was a case that there were two twins. One created problem, another didn't. So at the time it was interrogated. Now both reported in such a manner that it was understood that the time was created by one, but which one that could be followed, and therefore either option is to hang them both, punish them both, leave them both. They are applying benefit of doubt, they leave them both. But conscience never dies, time never fades. The Almighty always do justice. You know what happened? When left alone, when left by the judge, the truth came out. And the real guilty who hidden himself with the same other twin brother was so guilty in mind and so ashamed to mix with the society. Nobody said nothing. His conscience was at the level that he left the hand of his twin brother and started walking alone and started running away from the society who never talked to them or treated them or taunted them. Sorry, taunted him anything. But he started ran away. And like that was run over by the bus and died. He could not have been even the punishment of this, that was punishment for that case, as the incident says, but he was punished by God in a natural accident. But the bus also driver had no cause because his sons made him ran away from the brother, from the court, from the honestly giving justice giving. From the society, he wanted to hide himself. He said nothing about it, nothing. There is a consciousness that going away, chased him today and getting justice through his own ways. So crime never speaks. The crime done by an ordinary person has less punishment in comparison to that done by educated person. Crime done by an educated person unknowingly or may have happened as a matter of course as compared to that of the uneducated person knowingly and not as part of the course, then the last educated person will be less punished and the lower punished. So I crime done by the designated holding the post knows how to do it to reach keep secretary level and why you being where written information intended know that is delivered is sitting like a doll up statue and not doing anything. To reply on answer to reply on answer can do sir. Then understand that how much he is addicted and confirmed and used to bring crime is all the time that it never even hurts his sentiment also. Is it not the fact? Tell me. Bonda na. I forgot the English name. Which you know rhinoceros. Gondar. You know how to hunt it. There allow move. You have to throw the arrow and Lord, that is the hysteria. If you strike, then like otherwise you not. It has so thick skin. Not move on to that. If you strike, eyes also get light. So this particular person, this particular person is so dumb to the proper official channel to me as being the petitioner, being alleging him that he is like a rhinoceros conductor, not even concerned to reply to the email. So many emails required, so many methods, so many means, and the justice. Give me the answer, yes, it is constitutional or not. Why are you giving me the answer? If it is constitutional, if I am a citizen and I am not to be considered, I have no one sitting in the home secretary level, this thing, and that I have no good relationship or the bad relationship with the present government of their political party. As a citizen of the party, what have answered me? Please. Please, what is asked? So you are bound by official order to reply me through email what is asked or not. You or the person answer or whatever. You have to see to it. You should cause them that this is the central government, the department of arrest. You have to be show on the ground. Some communication has to be made. Some communication has to be made. Some response that yes, I have received, I'll be reverting you within the time. If not, please remind us. Some task has to be done. You see, I sent this letter to Election Commissioner, the Constituent Assembly, name, epic card, Aadhaar card, and phone number, district, AC, as a assembly constituency. All these things I know of, and that the past emails are regarding shifting of sister Phalguni, as she says, yeah, no longer from since 2010 or so, and that mother is not here, and that she has shifted, and father has thrown her away, and maybe she is in some. Well, I don't know. So I let better not know, and I don't know. Again, chief minister in herself and other matters. Everything has been properly replied and answered, and they said that I will not disclose your issues and vital information. Well, that's their issue. I have responded immediately. Maybe somewhere I have forgotten to respond. It might happen, but they should again ask me. I'll respond to it. Itself in its own no reply. Replied me in my email. So why aren't they giving the reply in my email? Email my facts. Does they seem to state the fact that this person is not known to be living to me? Someone else is doing in his terms, so that he may change his identity later. See, course, especially the traffic portion, by wearing mask so that they couldn't properly breathe, because the circular that they have to wear mask in to stop pollution has been withdrawn, and they are not wearing mask now, and instead chemists has been asked to see that non-lead petrol, rather petrol having less chemical, this thing is that because lead particles are so minute, they stay in the exhaust gas and rather pollute the atmosphere so much that many diseases are rather maybe of uncurable in sense happens due to this lead deposition in the blood. That is why unleaded petrol is sold also. It a little higher cost. Now the point is that you see these factors. So wearing mask has been abolished as an order to the traffic bar. But people are now wear mask to wear mask. This traffic guard standing on the road, walking on the bike, this thing, that thing, but they are to wear the mask and not getting proper oxygen, but doing all. Not only they, the scrupulous also, the car drivers also. Even in a car, AC car, you have two options: recycling of the air or taking it from outside. You have to take some time from the outside or put down the window, drive a little, and then up and again. This thing. So upper outside atmosphere has to come in. ACs are there, but they are circulating air from outside. They are not cooling the. That is why air this thing, window AC or split AC, whatever, so that inside outside a little bit of comes here and there. But in case of AC, non-split, split AC, this this outside air that is less supplied in most cases. But split window ACs have the most this thing. That's why the effectivity is lower. But you have to understand that some kind of opening the door, opening the window, this thing, that thing goes on. So there is some kind of flow of air, right? In metro rail also, air is pumped in, assured that there is flow of air from outside. So this wearing mask is very unscientific and unhealthy for prolonged use. You go out in the dusk wear the mask, that's easy. But for regular use, this thing, it is not supportable, acceptable. So you have to see that police is stopped from wearing the mask. Further, those who are communicating with the outside world as for telephonic communication, etc. Now, can you say how can a call center people wear a mask like that? His voice is not clear. His vernacular is not clear. How can he be this thing wearing a mask and communicating with the world in the telephone? So that is why reporters on TV on this thing are not wearing the telephone mask in the journalist reporters in the studio. Those performing shots of the cinemas, actors, they are not wearing masks. So why all of a sudden certain people have to wear mask and this fooling goes on, sir? And that, as far as I know, there has been a letter for answering from the higher courts of Delhi, that is maybe the Supreme Court, as regarding the health matters. Had your government answered that this which happens only in case of petition, the court has so much issued its authority to get it answered. Had you answered that, sir? Had your official system answered that? No, then please go on. Add it to this and please go on to answer it, sir. You are here to do your work, sir. Not to see to the nice big mustache being maintained, a big jelly being displayed, belly being displayed. That is okay. We are not concerned with symmetry and pictorially presentable. Charismatic, photographically charismatic. Just a second, someone's calling me. Hello?
Hello?
হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ জোম্যাটোকে বলছেন ডোরসিতে দিয়ে যান যেমন সবাই দেয়. So that is not true. So sir, you have to come up, you have to get up, you have to see that things are done. If you can't see, then you have to see your own way. You have so many political parties, get a general secretary, whatever to that, known to you. You have so student unions known to you. You have so many industrials known to you. Just go to the advisory or legal aspect. Just go to that, to the advisory, get the pension benefits and things like that. See title and see that your proper health and physique and outlook is maintained and things like that. Please leave the post. This is not for you. You cannot work. You cannot make others work, sir. This is not for you. You are worthless, chief sir, secretary sir. Please leave. Of no use. You are like a gangrene to the society. You know what is gangrene? This thing, this thing to the gangrene, you have to cut a little back so that and just dissect and throw off that part so that others are not affected. You're like a gangrene, sir. Please leave. It is not that I cannot tolerate. It is that your work procedure cannot be tolerated. Please publish what you have done with the Honorable Justice, the Honorable this thing, Governor sir. Please publish what reply have you given to the Higher Court regarding the health, sir. Please respond to me that you need time. You are being made pinch by pinch, doing nothing. What is the problem, sir? You cannot deal with the communist. May I help you, sir? You cannot deal with the BJP. May I help you, sir? You cannot do the Congress. May I help you, sir? May I help you, sir? Please do something for the society, for the good of the country, for at least the constitution for which you are being paid. If you don't do this, others will not do this. I can call him. Hello. হ্যাঁ বলুন। আমি ভুবন কৃষ্ণ বর বলছি, বলুন। হ্যাঁ, ডোর সিতে এসে দিয়ে যান 32 সিকদারবাগান স্ট্রিট থেকে, যেখানে ম্যাপটা আছে। So this is what is Chief Justice, sir. Now, he might have been encircled with people like this type of Zomato or others. Whenever I talk to against him, they are very excited, keep on phoning me, and that internet connection keeps on dropping, and they know the internet connection for the whole day, for the night itself. I have to wake up the whole night and work. And my cable connection is not being done by the alliance for days so long, so that I can get install my CCTV, and that every refilling of Zio can be stopped. So this is the process. What can they do? They are victims of higher authorities. Just now came in Zomato. He will again call. He will again stand there and not. I have opted for contactless. He will keep on disturbing me. So this is what is the picture of the country. Therefore, you can understand that corruption has been imbibed by the Chief Secretary himself. He has made an order without a punishment, without a redressal. If I am taken for not wearing mask and held in the custody of the lockup for 7 days or 8 days, or still the time that the court is not open, or I am not produced to the magistrate, maybe I am beaten, maybe I go for hunger strike. Whatever happens, thank you Zomato, whatever happens, that is an illegal matter. I cannot be asked anything. First level, first degree investigation or inquiry can be made as per law. Police is just a spectator, wearing mask or not wearing mask. Not even a citizen can ask me or anybody. Please. তো
কি বলছেন?
আপনি পিকচারটা সেন্ড করে দিয়েছেন তো কন্টাক্টলেসে?
হ্যাঁ, সেন্ড করে দিয়েছি, কিন্তু বাইরে বলতে তো তাই আমি বলছি নিয়ে নিন খবর।
আপনি সেন্ড করে দিয়েছেন, আমি নিয়ে নিচ্ছি। থ্যাংক ইউ। So this is the happening over there, over here. Therefore, you must understand one thing. ভেড়া নড়ে খুঁটির জোরে. When you tie a lamb or a cow or so in a pole, it will try to be near it, sit near it, and it will try to move away, and the rope will start pulling the pole. If the pole is loose and it comes out, it will be dragged on by whatever, I don't know. We don't know. But if the pole is straight, even there is a sliding topography of the geography, a slide over there, and maybe the item is falling down, it will again, with the help of the pull of the rope from the tool, somehow manage to get up, and see that never it happens by getting into the edge of the height. So ভেড়া নড়ে খুঁটির জোরে. These people have CS as the power, and CS now is fear to be proper, because these people will rebel against them. Why have you misled us? so that people are coming against us, revolving against us. If you not have accepted me, then this we do not have faced the revolt. So it is your power, your wish that you misleaded us. There's a golpo, a story in by Vidyasagar Mohasai. And incidentally, the name of the hero is boy is Bhuvan. Bhuvan বড় ভালো ছেলে। সে প্রথম দিন চুরি করিল, কেউ কিছু বলিল না। সে আসিয়া পড়িল, সে বুঝিল না। সে গল্প করিল পরের দিন চুরি করিয়া, মাসি মাসি আমি জানা আজকে চুরি করে খাইছি, কেউ জানিতে পারি না, আমি কত বুদ্ধিমান বলিও। মাসি বললো, হ্যাঁ বাবা তুমি বুড়িমান কি খাইয়াছো, আমাকেও দিলে না তো, তাহলে তোমাকে দেবো। হ্যাঁ দেখো আমি মাসির জন্য চুরি করে নিয়ে যাচ্ছি, আজ আমি নিজে খাবো না। Like that, one day it came to the notice and he was facing the consequences. Excuse me, hello.
হ্যালো, হ্যাঁ কোথায় আছেন দাদা?
কে উবের?
উবের থেকে বলছি।
আরে তুমি ক্যান্সেল করে দাও, আমি পেমেন্ট করে দেবো। ওই ফরওয়ার্ড ব্লকে যেতাম অনুষ্ঠানের জন্য, তুমি ক্যান্সেল করে দাও, আমি পরে যাচ্ছি। ওই ফরওয়ার্ড ব্লকে যেতাম অনুষ্ঠানের জন্য, আজকে ওদের প্রতিষ্ঠা দিবস। ফরওয়ার্ড ব্লকে যেতাম অনুষ্ঠানের জন্য, তুমি ক্যান্সেল করে দাও, আমি পরে দেখছি। তো ভুবন বলিল যে একদিন ধরা পড়িল, তার শাস্তি হইল, তুমি জানিয়া শুনিয়া করিয়াছ। তাহার কিছুক্ষণের জন্য কারাদণ্ড হইল। তখন বলিল, তোমার কি ইচ্ছা আছে, তুমি দ্বন্দ্বে দ্বন্দ্বিত হইলে বন্ধ থাকিবে, কি ইচ্ছা আছে? বলে মাসিকে দেখিবার ইচ্ছা আছে। মাসিকে দেখিয়া কর্ণটি মানে কানটা কামড়ে ছিঁড়িয়া লইয়া বলিল, তুমি যদি আমায় বুঝাইতে ইহা ঠিক নয়, ইহা উচিত নয়, আমি কখনোই এ কাজ করতাম না। আর সকলেই আমারে দোষী কইয়াতেছে, বলিতেছে তুমি জানিয়া শুনিয়া করিতেছ, কিন্তু আমার বোধ হয় না, বোধ শক্তি ছিল না। আমায় তুমি জানাওনি যে ইহা করা ঠিক নয়, অন্যের ধন পরের ধন লইবা ঠিক নয়, এবং লইলে তার শাস্তি পাইতেই হইবে। তাই আমি যেমন শাস্তি পাইলাম, তুমিও তেমন শাস্তি পাও। কানটা না লইয়া ঘুরিয়া বেড়াও। আমার জীবন যেমন লজ্জা হইবে, তোমার তেমন সর্বদা লজ্জা থাকিবে। একদিন আমি ছাড়া পাইব, আমি স্বাধীন হইব, আমি আরে কাজ করিব না, দেখিব না হয়, কিন্তু তোমার এক শাস্তি সারা জীবন রইয়া গেল। So that is the moral of the idiom, this thing, like the Aesop fable. It was a fable. I kept it in mind and I said in my last listen that I used to take every day, make mother cook a special dish, a chow or a Maggie or this thing or that thing, and then go to the drawing class, because she did not protest when the drawing teacher scolded me purposely, although praised me purposely, that he is a child, treat him like a child. Everybody wants soberness, everybody wants gentleness, everybody wants care, everybody wants love. From the first onwards, just don't like screaming and scolding on him. This is not fair. She kept on doing this, accepting this. That is why I kept on punishing her. So অন্যায় যে করে ও অন্যায় যে সহে, তারে কিনা তব যেন তৃণ সমদহে। Accepting, forceful and intentional and continuous and organized, planned and methodically executed and seen to be executed properly, monitoring and changing course as needed. This crime is too much to be bared by anybody, and that is imposed on the people by wearing masks, and so that they're not getting proper oxygen to breathe in. You can understand the cruelness this police force especially is suffering every day, every moment, by this have to abide by order. And how the dishonest segment is uplifted, cradled by the chief secretary order that yes, go on, take bribe, yes, go on to, beating people or scolding them or creating mental hazards, violating human rights. on my basis, as I am not given the consequences, which I am bound to give. Or else I could have said, or else the police could have said, or the security could have said that no, you can, that you wear a mask, that is a compulsory matter. You do not wear mask, I will take the report and make it make the complaint to the this thing, chief secretary, and see what is done or not done. That is up to you, sir. I found this person. Please your name, address, this thing, designation, etc. Phone number. Sir, he did not wear mask. I'm informed to the mall authority, question mark, and he has informed to the through this to the chief secretary or the other police that it has been informed to the chief secretary. Sir, he's not working mask. You told us to see that it is mandatory, but you didn't give us what are the orders or the consequences. Therefore, we saw that it is not done. As we, because we know the consequences, we have made an intimation, written intimation, and he's being signed here. So it is up to you to see that. Now let him see what he does. He has to get it passed by the authority assembly also. Maybe the authority is not working, so he cannot do anything. When it will work, you will see. If I am asked to wear mask, I will ask for insurance also to be given to me. In case I feel more sick, I may feel sick, my tummy may pain, my leg may pain, I may feel weak, dozed, because of improper of oxygen, this thing, as I said. Then for that treatment, you have to pay. For myself not getting into normal course of work, you have to pay. For myself not getting into proper mental activity, feeling very low, you have to pay. Proper insurance has to be given to me in case I am made to wear mask. I can say for myself, others will say for others, I am not sure. Next, I saw a bike skidding in Kashmir near the Lazis. I have also always said that bikes should not be allowed in city, rather disallowed everywhere. For that reason, sports bike is there, you go for a race, that's separate. I would also like to request that if you can take a bike, maybe for a little local movement, you can take a bike, but as soon as you see that the road is wet, maybe due to some water flow from the drain, maybe due to some rain, the water is slippery, road is slippery, you have to get down and pull the bike until and unless it is dry. In case of rain, just keep the bike there, travel. Otherwise, when the rain stops, you take it. In case that you cannot park the bike there, you have to pull it along to the police station nearby or traffic station or so, and get it noted there, keep the bike there, go do your work. When everything is dry, come and take. Bikes are not for cities, to two-wheelers. Not at all. If a cycle falls, a cycle can fall, you can get up. But in case a bike falls and there is some problem in the tank, or so a mobile or petrol, it leaks and stays on the this thing road, others will start falling, slipping off and falling. There may be a series of accidents for just one reason. That person might get off. There may be a series. When a car is driving in at a certain speed, he may not notice that there is a mobile falling down because of the accident or petrol over there, and it may skid and create nuisance, havoc, huge accident. May not be that that person who is run over by standing selling the fuchka, or a beggar or so, have some insurance to be claimed, and in that case his family will not get in support, financial support, and this thing is not there for paying the support insurance. Then you understand what will happen. No, bikes cannot be allowed. You have to have car, have a small car, whatever, you have to have car. That is why Beetle had been so immensely widely popular over there in Germany, over there, and that was the dream of Ratan Tata, and we've been accepting that. That is a separate issue. I am not propagating for the party. Beetle became so important and relevant over there. Beetle was a small car like Nano because of this reason. So whatever it may be, there are series of cognizance offenses, series of bank frauds, etc. Today, apart from being postal, being emailed, being faxed, or rather phoned and verbal, face-to-face meeting with the Banking Association AIBA, I have posted on the Facebook for concerning her matters. I have pleaded to the Chief Justice, to the police authority for her this thing. I have also emailed the internet, my website matters and other matters, to the this thing over there, IT sector, IT department. Our state IT department personnel are so, what do I say? I don't know the word. Are very much. No. That is bad. Wait. Knows not the courtesy. No. That is very sad. Yes, is very cautious. They are so cautious, so formal, so disciplined that in WBSS rank, even IAS rank, over there sitting in the Bratto Boshu's office in Salt Lake, Weibel, near that, in the 5th floor or what, I approached to them, they never offered a seat. This is the type. And they talk to the IT technology, software technologies, multinational technologies. Myself as a government employee, I gave them proposal for these things to be required for as email communication. It is being legal. This portion is little legal. You said they give me in writing. They didn't offer a seat for me. Please have a seat and talk to me. এটা ভদ্রতা জানে না, না করে না, এরা মাল্টিন্যাশনাল কোম্পানির সঙ্গে ঘোরে। এই ডাব্লিউবিসিএসটা এমন জামা কাপড় পরেছিল যেটা আমাদের ডিএমও পরেন না। আইএএস দেখলাম বেরিয়ে গেল, যেন মনে হলো বিল গেটস আসছে, আর সিকিউরিটি গট করে একটা বসে কথা বলার চান্স দেয় না, দাঁড়িয়ে কথা বলতে হয়। আমি কি পুলিশের লোক নাকি যে দাঁড়িয়ে কথা বলবো সামনে? ওটা পুলিশ আর্মিতে হয়, সফটওয়্যার ডিপার্টমেন্টে হয় না, সেখানে অনেক ক্যাজুয়াল লিস্ট থাকে। এরা এই টাইপের লোকেরা, হ্যাঁ, ইন্ডাস্ট্রি আনবে, ইন্ডাস্ট্রি চালাবে, এরা কিচ্ছু করবে না। যেখানে রুপিয়া পাবে তাদের সঙ্গে দেখবে, বসুন স্যার, উঠুন স্যার, দিচ্ছি স্যার, কি লাগবে স্যার, কফি দেবো স্যার, কফিটা কি মেয়ে এনে দেবে না ছেলে এনে দেবে স্যার, হ্যাঁ বুঝছেন, সব করে দেবো স্যার, করে দেবো স্যার, দিন স্যার, করে দিচ্ছি স্যার, হ্যাঁ। আর যাদের পছন্দ নয় তাদের দাঁড় করিয়ে কথা বলে বার করে দেবে, যাতে অপমান হয়, দ্বিতীয় দিন আসে না। এই হচ্ছে ব্রাত্য বসু ডিপার্টমেন্টে। জানে না কিছু, টিএমসি করে তো, ওরা ভদ্রতা জানে। এই ব্রাত্য বসু আসবে দেবে সিপিএম এ, একদম ডিট করে ছেড়ে দেবে, একেবারে ডিট করে ছেড়ে দেবে। আমাদের পার্টিতে এইরকমই ডিসিপ্লিন, আমাদের পার্টিতে এইরকম ডিসিপ্লিন। এই ব্রাত্য বসু আসবে দেবে সিপিএম এ, একদম সোজা করে ছেড়ে দেবে। ফাজলামি চলবে না, এটা অফিস। চ্যাংরামো মারা, ছ্যাঁচড়ামো মারা, ছিচকেমি মারার আর খুচখুচি মারার জায়গা নয়। একটা বৃষ্টি করে কথা বলে দেবে, কিন্তু এখন বলতে পারে না, পারবে কি করে? টিএমসি তো এইরকমই। মমতা ব্যানার্জি নিজে সাল চুলে দিচ্ছে স্পিকারকে, কোনো অ্যাপোলজি নেই, কিছু নেই। স্পিকার ডেকে মেটাচ্ছে, তারপরে কোনো অ্যাপোলজি নেই, কিছু নেই। অভিষেককে এসে ঠাস করে চর মেরে দিচ্ছে, কোনো ব্যাপার নেই, কোনো অ্যাকশন নেওয়া নেই। কিন্তু মমতা ব্যানার্জির এগেন্সটে যখন একটা কমিক্স লেখা হলো, কি দুটো কমিক্স লেখা হলো, তাকে কোনো লয় নয়, ফার্স্ট ধরে একবারে লকআপে পুরো দেওয়া হলো। কিন্তু অভিষেককে যখন 4 থাপ্পড় মারলো, কিচ্ছু হলো না। মমতা ব্যানার্জিকে কেন মেরেছে? হ্যাঁ, মাথা ভেঙেছে, হাড় ভেঙেছে, ভেঙেছে, তাই জন্য একবার বন্ধ হয়ে গেল চারদিকে, আর হইচই পড়ে গেল সিপিএম এর আমলে। আর টিএমসির আমলে মমতা তখন পাওয়ারে, তখন কেন অভিষেকে গাড়ি উল্টে গিয়ে বাচকের ওখানে হাড় ভাঙলো, হলো সে হলো ভর্তি থাকলো, তাই নিয়ে কোনো এনকোয়ারি কোনো রিপোর্ট কিছু বেরোলো না। টিএমসির লোক সে, পিসিমা বলছে কোনো কিচ্ছু হলো না। ববি হাকিম আসলো দেখে চলে গেল, শুধু ববি হাকিম, মমতা নিজেও এসে দেখলো না। আমি যত ক্লিপিংসটা পেয়েছি, হ্যাঁ হসপিটালে গেছে কিন্তু ওই জায়গাতে আসেনি কি ব্যাপার দেখতে। কিন্তু নানুরে বা এতে যখন হয়েছে একটা কোনো পার্টি মেম্বার মরেছে, উনি দৌড়ে গেছেন, বাইকের পেছনে ছুটে গেছেন, মেট্রো রাস্তায় বৃষ্টির মধ্যে ছুটে গেছেন, হেলিকপ্টার করে নেমে চলে গেছেন। কেন হয়েছে কি হয়েছে, না 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 চলবে না, এই সিপিএম এই সিপিএম এই সিপিএম এই সিপিএম এই সিপিএম এই সিপিএম করেছেন। কিন্তু আজকে নিজের ভাইপো যখন এরকম পড়ে গেল, একবার জায়গাটা পরিদর্শন করলেন না যে কি হয়েছিল, কেন হয়েছিল, আর হবে না তো। এই হচ্ছে দরদ, এই হচ্ছে মমতা, এই মমতার বিষমতায় হচ্ছে এই চিফ সেক্রেটারি পোষণের কারণ। এই ভীষণ মমতার জন্য আজ আমরা দাহন হয়ে যাচ্ছি, বন্দি শিকায় জ্বলে 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 যাচ্ছে। এই হচ্ছে মমতা ব্যানার্জি। 21 জন কেন মরলো একেবারে প্রতি বছর কোটি কোটি টাকা, তাদের দিকে দেখার দরকার নেই, তাদের সংসার কিরকম চলছে, কোটি কোটি টাকা খরচ, দুদিন ধরে বসিয়ে পাত পাতিয়ে খাওয়া সব করে কিছু করে দেওয়া হচ্ছে, ভিড় করে দেওয়া হচ্ছে, পুরো ভর্তি হচ্ছে ডায়লগ বাজিতে। ইয়ে দিলীপ ঘোষ না অমিত স্যার নিজেই বলেছে, ওটা তো ওদের ফিউচার পলিটিক্যালি কি করবে তার মিটিং, শহীদ দিবস থরি। এটা উনি বলেছেন, শহীদদের জন্য ভাবেনি না, কারণ ফর শো এভরিথিং সিপিএম করেছে। তার মানে এটা যে অভিষেককে আপনারই দলের অংশ ফেলেছে, এবং সেটা নিশ্চয় ববি হাকিম। কারণ ক্রিমিনাল সাইকোলজি বলে যে অন্যায় করে সেই অন্যায়টা যেখানে হয়েছে কিনা দেখার জন্য সেই দোষী সেখানে আসে। এবং এর অনেক সিরিয়াল কিলার যারা হয়তো 65 বলে একটা সিনেমা উঠেছিল, এবং অনেক সিরিয়াল কিলার এরকম আছে যাদের কিছুতেই পুলিশ ধরতে পারে না, কিন্তু একটা সময় হয় যে তারা ওইখানে ছদ্মবেশে দেখে যে ক্রাইমটা করেছে ঠিকঠাক হয়েছে কিনা, ঠিক যেরকম চেয়েছে কিনা, না হলে পরেরটা করবো। তাই জন্য কি ববি হাকিম এসেছিলেন দেখতে, আর কেউ আসেননি। তাহলে ববি হাকিমে কি ঘটিয়েছেন কাণ্ডটা আমি জানি না, আমি দোষ দিচ্ছি না, আমি জিজ্ঞাসা করছি আপনি কেন এসে দেখলেন না? আপনি হসপিটালে গেছিলেন, ববি হাকিম গেছিল, কিন্তু আপনি কেন কে অন্য কেউ, আপনি কেন হসপিটালে গেছিলেন, এখানে এসে দেখলেন না পুলিশ মন্ত্রী হয়ে যে কেন আমার ভাইপোর এই অবস্থাটা হলো, কেন আমার ভাইপোকে প্রকাশ্যে ঠাস করে চটটা মারতে পারলো? আমার ভাইপো কে মেরেছে? সিপিএম মারলে তো দেখিয়ে দেন, ইটের বদলে পাটকাল নয়, পাটকা ইটের বদলে কি বলে পাতকেল নয়, এক ঢিলও নয়, একবারে বোমা, মানে কথাই বলছি। কিন্তু অভিষেকের বেলা আপনি এলেন না, আপনার নিজের পরিবারে ম্যাডাম এইরকম দরদ আপনার, ছেলেটা কি চেষ্টা করছে, ওষুধ চাই এ চাই সব রাখে যে হ্যাঁ যুবক টুকুরকে উঠতে দিই, পারছে না। আমি আগেও বলেছি আপনার কাছে আমার এইটা ভীষণ অভিযোগ, সিপিএম এর কিছু করলে একটা লোকের যদি একটু আঘাত লাগে, একটা বাড়ি যদি ভাঙে, সিপিএম আপনি বাইকে করে গাড়িতে করে কিলোমিটার পর কিলোমিটার ট্রাভেল করে বাইকে করে ছুটে ছুটে যান, আপনার অত কোমরে ব্যথা পুলিশ মারার পর, তারপরেও আপনি ছুটে ছুটে যান বাইকে করে লাফিয়ে লাফিয়ে রাস্তার মধ্যে গিয়ে সেখানে থেকে যান, প্রতিবাদ করেন। কিন্তু আপনার ভাগনা যখন, ভাগনা না কি বলে, ভাইপো না কি বলে, অভিষেকের কথা বলছি, পিসি হয়ে আপনি হসপিটাল ছুটে গেলেন ওনার স্ত্রীকে ওনার মাকে নিয়ে, কিন্তু একদিনও জায়গাটা পরিদর্শন করলেন না, একদিনও পুলিশের রিপোর্ট পেশ করলেন না যে কি করে এটা হলো আমাকে জানাও। এই নিয়ে এটা নিয়ে সেকেন্ড টাইম ওর এরকম, প্রথমবার গাড়িতে ধাক্কা মেরেছিল পেছনে, বাম্পার মেরে গেছিল, সেই ক্লিপিংসটা আমার কাছে নেই, খবরটা ছিল, তারপরে সিঙ্গুরে ওখানে এটা হয়েছে, ববি হাকিম গেলেন। আপনি মূল পুলিশ মন্ত্রী না ববি হাকিম পুলিশ মন্ত্রী? আপনার ভাইপো না ববি হাকিমের ভাইপো? আপনার দলের লোকের জন্য ম্যাডাম এত কনসার্ন, কিন্তু আপনার ভাইপোর জন্য কনসার্ন নেই। সিপিএম কিছু করলে এত কনসার্ন ম্যাডাম, আর আপনার দলে যদি হয়ে গিয়ে থাকে বা যদি একটা অ্যাক্সিডেন্ট ঘটে গিয়ে থাকে আপনি সেখানে যাবেন না? তাহলে আপনি সত্যিকারে কতটা দরদি, কতটা মরমী ম্যাডাম? আপনার নিজের রক্তের প্রতি টান নেই, হ্যাঁ ছেলেটার কিছু হয়ে গেলে, হয়নি না, বেঁচে গেছি, হয়ে গেলে বউটা বিধবা হতো, এই কম বয়সে বিয়ে। ফলস কি ট্রু জানি না, শুনেছি ওর মিসেসের নামে নাকি সোনা পাচারের একটা অভিযোগ দেওয়া হয়েছে এয়ারপোর্টে। ট্রু কি ফলস আমি জানি না, ট্রুই হোক ফলসই হোক, আমার তো মনে হয় না ট্রু। যাই হোক, যদি ট্রু হয়ে থাকে, ফলস হয়ে থাকে, যাই হোক, সেই ব্যাপারে কি কতদূর এগিয়েছে আমি জানি না। আমি তো ভাবতে পারছি না অভিষেকের মিসেস, হ্যাঁ, সোনা পাচার করছে, মানে ওনাকে নিজে হাতে করে পাচার করছে। হতে পারে উনি গ্যাংয়ে আছেন, আমি জানি না, অত নেই, অত আছে, উনি নিজে নিয়ে পাচার করছেন বলতে আমার মনে হয় না। ঠিক ওই রকম মেয়ে তো দেখে মনে হয় না, যাই হোক আপনি বলতে পারবেন। তো ম্যাডাম, এই আপনার কনসার্ন আপনার নিজের পরিবারের মধ্যে, আপনার রক্তের সম্পর্কের মধ্যে, এই আপনার কনসার্ন আমাদের মধ্যে, আর আপনি বলেন মা, মাটি, মানুষ, মা, মানুষ, মানুষ, তোমার নিজেরই কোনো হুঁশ নেই, তোমার নিজের চয়েস সম্বন্ধে তুমি আমার মানুষকে বলবে, তুমি নিজেকে মানুষ, যে মানুষকে মানবে? তাই জন্যে এই চিফ সেক্রেটারিকে কাছে ঝাড় দিয়ে বার করে দিতে পারছো না? দেখি তুমি কত মানুষকে, মানুষের উপর দরদি। ধন্যবাদ, আবার পরে।